Welcome back to my channel, guys. We are doing part 2 of the shopping haul. If you did not catch the last video, please go back and watch that because it is literally a fall into the second part of the story time, and you really have to watch the first part in order to know what I'm talking about for the second part. Okay, so let's get into it. So boom, I'm at his house. These are the two things that you need to realize with this story too. I'm gonna tell you right now. So, one, I get over there, real charismatic type of guy, handsome. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay. Is this what I'm saying? So he's over there, he's functioning. He's the type, he got his homeboys coming through. We taking shots. It's all good, right? So I get a little bit more information. I hear he's a Cobra. You from Chicago, you probably know. I think as I was listening, Cobras were being kind of phased out. Snakes is another thing they call them. But this is important to know his character. You know, he was in the streets. You know, he talked about his hood, like, and his set, like, it was the best thing ever. Also talking about doing crazy things, unaliving, a lot of things, okay? So, I'm soaking up this information. Then I come to find out that the reason why, cute, right? The reason why his girlfriend went back to Ghana and they got into it because he shot a gun in the house. And the kid was there. 3-year-old daughter. So she did it. So I'm realizing all this stuff as I'm staying there, right? But let me tell you what my dumb ass does. He had not been trying to get at me the whole time. He literally was treating me like somebody was helping out, whatever. And so after I stayed at his house and started, like, you know, getting my back together and everything, we kept in contact, of course. And so we went out one night, and he's always flirting with everybody. And I asked a question. I'm like, so why you don't ever flirt with me? Of course, it was over from there. But why did I do that? Knowing the backstory, knowing what you just said to your baby mom, knowing what kind of character you have, why didn't I just get the help that I needed that day and run the fuck away? Okay? Ooh wee. Ooh wee. This is a gig with some red pumps, baby. Girl, why didn't I run away? Why didn't I run away? We be kind of weird sometimes, you know. So we was kicking it for a little bit. Definitely not the greatest person, as we should have known. Just a lot of little things getting into it, police being called. Not necessarily like knock down, drag out, like, but this, I was young. He's 10 years older than me. And, you know, he definitely knew I was young and naive and definitely used that to kind of get in my head and play little games and different stuff like that. And that's why I say, you know, I know a lot of younger girls sometimes date older men, and it's for specific reasons, but just kind of do your research in how you want to be. Don't let nobody mold you, push you, develop you in a certain way that wasn't even your vision. That's like the most generic statement I can make off dating an older man. Because a lot of times they think that you're just naive and very impressionable, right? They can kind of do whatever they want to do. And These days, I think our girls out here who are younger be up on it. What? They know how to get to the bag. They know how to be like, nope, let me put you in your place real quick. I love that for you guys too. When I was a little bit younger, I was a little bit naive. I'm just gonna tell, literally, I was definitely naive. So, we was kicking it, dating, whatever. And he used to do like a lot of ski trips with his mom. He was a really good skier. Cute. You guys like the color blocking? I like it, but I guess there's no but. It's different. I'm curious if you guys like this one. I'm so curious. It goes almost to the feet. One of these. Yeah, so back to my story, guys. And we're coming along. We are coming along. He was a really good skier. And so he would take ski trips with his mom. So he's like, oh, I'm gonna be taking a ski trip. My apartment was gonna be ready like in 2 weeks. So he's like, boom, you could stay here for like the 3 days, no problem, while we go on this ski trip. Like, so no problem. Um, when he left though, I was sick. I just was not feeling good. I was like literally like in the bed the whole time that first day. Just knocked out. Medicine, just knocked out that whole first day. Super cute. You can kind of manipulate this the way you want to. I kind of like it like this. Shake the feet first. Goes all the way down. So cute. Look at the silhouette. Love. So I was like sick that whole day. And how his apartment complex is, it's like just like 4 to 6 units. I think it was 6 units. It was 3 floors, 2 floors on each unit. How the front door was, it was the gated, you had to press the code, you had to get buzzed in, everything. But its back door, how normally people came, when I would come chill over there, all his homies and shit like that, they would just go through the gate and go straight to the back door. Now, because I was sick that first day, when we said our goodbyes, it was like, bye. He left out the back door. I'm thinking he locked it. Okay, of course. We know the front door is locked. I'm thinking he locked the back door, no problem. I didn't even think twice that you didn't lock the back door. Like, why? Why wouldn't you do that? So I get up the second day. I'm actually getting up, like, getting dressed, like, figuring out like what I'm gonna do for the day, but it's still kind of later in the day, like 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. All of a sudden, so the way he had his apartment was like the living room, the hallway from the back door going all the way down the hall was supposed to actually be the living room, but he made that his room. And so where you come in from the back door, that was like supposed to be the living room. And it was kind of like the chill area. And then you had the other 2 rooms. And then you made the big living room area from the back door all the way to the front door like his room. So that's where I was. And in his room, he had this big ass mirror, like right next to the windows that you look out to the street on. And so like I'm in that mirror kind of like doing something. And all of a sudden, I see 2 niggas, black hoodies, all black, rushing me. Yo, I don't talk about this story a lot. And even as I'm talking about it right now, I'm in awe that I actually went through something like this. Cute. cute. And I didn't get no makeup on it. So yeah, they come through the back door. My heart is in my fucking ass. I see the pistol. He's like, where's this shit at? Where's this shit at? Grabbing me by my wig, threw that motherfucker off. I mean, I can laugh about it now. I know you're like, you telling a story laughing. What am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like, yeah. Like, the thing is, like, I knew that he wasn't just all the way legit. But I definitely didn't know he sold out of his place or anything like that. Like, I mean, I'm smart enough to know I'm not about to be chilling in your house and you have people pulling up and coming over here like that. I didn't know that. Literally, the times I kicked it over there, you know, maybe it was kind of disguised by thinking it was a homie and they was really coming to pick something up. Literally, I'm just trying to say that when they were saying, where's the shit at, and this and that, I had no clue. So, of course, I'm like, I got no clue. Hey! So, I have no clue. They, like, tearing stuff up, flipping the mattress over, going through, like, all the entertainment shit in his room, like, everything. Like, crazy. Just thinking about it, it was crazy. So, they put me on a couch in the living room by the back door. They like tie my hands, feet together, but loosely. Don't know why, but we gonna get to that in a second because I know y'all got questions on like why the back door was even left open, right? Okay, we're gonna get to that. So, and I'm gonna be able to answer y'all question. I promise you. So, they like, what do you call that? Hog tie? Whatever. They leave. This is like, this happened in real life. When I even told people the story, it was like, yeah, something happened to you that's so crazy and you like want evidence that it happened because you really want people to know that this was like such a crazy situation. That's kind of like what I went through. Like right now, I'm about to get into it. So I untied myself. The landlord lived upstairs. I was actually trying to make noise. The whole time I'm like, yeah, screaming, oh, shut the fuck up or you're going to die. Like, you know, you better calm the fuck down, all that stuff, right? I don't want to get into each piece of that because then I might get emotional. So I was trying to make noise. I was trying to like bang on the walls, everything as I could, but not get shot. So they leave. I run upstairs. No. So first, I don't know what made me. I used to have like a burner phone and then my regular Sprint phone at the time. Flip phone, like, so I don't know what made me like look through the stuff on the bed. But they took my laptop, took my everything. They left my regular phone and my keys to the rental car. At that time, I had a rental car. Don't know, like, I don't know if this was God. I really feel like this was God. I know I'm all over the place right now. I really feel like this was God telling me to get the fuck away from this dude. He's bad news. And all the altercations we've gotten into, all the times we've called the police, that didn't work. So I really feel like God was telling me, we need to do something drastic to get you the fuck away from him. And this is exactly what it was. And so as I find that, and I call the police, I go upstairs to the landlord's house. I tell him what happened. They come down. The police get there. They're like swabbing for fingerprints. But the thing is, the whole time, the landlord is like saying little stuff like, I wonder why I didn't hear anything. And, you know, you seem really lax to have went through something like that. And that's me. That's my personality. I'm like trying to process it. Like, everybody handles things differently. And it wasn't like I was just cool, calm, and collected. I was just confused. Confused. So all the next items are just going to be the shirts that I got. But look, this is so fire. Do not play. And it's like, right, it's like, it's not moving at all. Like, once you get in here, girl, you can go ahead and do some jumping jacks and everything. So I was so confused, man. The landlord's making it seem like I'm a liar. You see what the whole house is in shambles, turned upside down, everything. So the police are doing their thing, get my story. He's in there being weird. He calls the dude. His name is Junior. Calls Junior, and they talk for a second. Then I get on the phone. When I'm on the phone with him, I'm actually able to be a little bit more vulnerable. I know him, you know. I've kind of like sat there and processed the situation for a second. So, you know, now I'm a little emotional and stuff. This nigga says, just leave my key with my landlord and go. Not that I wanted to stay there anyway, but that's what you gonna say to me? That's your reaction? Not, are you cool? What's going on? Like, what? Like, where'd they come? Like, you don't even want to know, basically, the story, which is weird. You don't want to know where they came from, what the, like, how did they get in? Like, you don't. This is kind of weird. Just leave your key and go. But God graced me with my cell phone, my keys. I had some money in the car. I mean, this was literally a situation. You got to really think about situations like, wow, so I was still in a position to where, I mean, even though it was so far fucked up, I was still in a position to where I had a way to contact people, to figure some stuff out. I had the keys to the rental. I was out of there. There was no way I was going to stay in there anyway. I lost, you know, my purse, whatever was in there, laptop, you know, anything. I didn't go in there and take any clothes or any rummage through anything. I just took what was on my back, got my key, and did. But can you believe that response? Like, somebody comes into my crib and I'm asking every question. I'm like, how did this happen? Yeah, this is cute. Girl. Yeah, so I dipped up out of there. Was talking to a couple people about, you know, what happened. And we all came to the conclusion. He set that up. Like, we kind of got into a little bit before he left, so we weren't like on the best terms. He knew I had like just kind of did like a deal. I'll go into like business and stuff and the things that I was doing when I first moved to Chicago, but that would just be continue the story along. But he knew I had some bread on me. He knew I was like making moves and things like that. And so I don't know, like what really pushed me into like he set it up was the back door. Like, that's clearly how they got in. Easy. I didn't hear no breaking nothing down. It wasn't even you. Y'all know how them doors be in Chicago. Like steel. 2 and 3 locks. Like, but just leaving from the back, you know, he would just lock it from the outside, whatever the case may be. But that didn't happen. And I have no other choice but to think that it was him. Right? That's where my mind was going to during like this whole situation, reevaluating it, the way he acted, the way I didn't even really hear from him. Like, what is going on? Like, that is just the craziest thing. I tell you that I was robbed at gunpoint, and you're literally not asking any questions. It's almost like you know exactly what happened, right? A little cute. Put on like a little flowy skirt, mermaid type deal, whatever. But I think this shirt is really cute. So we just have one more shirt, two more shirts, maybe three. But in conclusion to the story, I seen him again later. It was at this function, Lakeshore Drive. If anybody know, over there on the lake, 63rd, I think it was Sweetest Day, turned up. Turned up with my homies. I had some really good friends in Chicago, man. I promise you, they had my back so tough. So tough, okay? Seen that nigga. We all did. So, wouldn't be able to wear this out unless I have pasties. Okay? But super cute, right? I just have to figure out how to do the top. So we all did. We all seen them. Okay? I'm like, is that... Hella, my sister was out there visiting me at the time too. And they was on his helmet. Like, what's up with it? Like, he must have dipped with his friend the other way so fast. Then, I seen him again, you guys. And this time, it was on some, like, I really need some answers. You know what I mean? Like, the interaction was cordial. I seen him, like, on Stony Island. It was over there almost by that White Castle. And I don't know, it's just, it had been years. I was just about to dip back and go back to Cali too. It's just like, kind of like the most traumatic experience that ever happened to me. And like, I want to know if you set that up. If you did, why? Why? Okay, like braided shoulder, sheer, pretty color. And, you know, his response was basically trying to say, like, he thought I set it up, and I'm just like, well, how did they get in your back door? And he's like, oh, I don't, you know, just, you know, when you know somebody lying. I just thought maybe after it been so long, you would just, like, be honest with yourself, and you could tell he just wasn't doing that well. And how can you do well when you do people like that in life? You know, at the end of the day, I'm okay. I got out of that situation. I learned from it. I got my place, got in school, fantastic life. So, long story short, sometimes God will give you the craziest lessons to get you up out of that situation. You going through it with a nigga all the time. Y'all knockout, drag out fights, TVs broken, cars busted, all kind of stuff. It is the craziest situations because he needs you to get the fuck away from this nigga. Okay? And you is not getting it. You're not getting it. So, anyway, thank you guys for joining me for my shopping haul. Thank you for listening to my story time. My scar that I love so much. Motorcycle. Boom. Knockout. Okay? Robbed at gunpoint. It's not a joke. None of this is a joke. But I'm just happy that, like, I haven't told this story to very many people. And so it kind of feels good to get it off your chest. And sometimes you think about stuff like, dang, did I really go through that? I really did and got through it. And used it as a learning experience. So, thank you so much for watching. Catch you on the next video. Comment which outfit you like the best. I know it was just dresses and a couple shirts. But comment which one you like the best. And just comment, period. I love to hear feedback from you guys. I don't really get that many comments yet. But it's okay. We're growing. We are growing. So I love you guys so much. You just don't know. This is like therapy for me. So thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you in the next video. Love you. Love you.